This is the case of the axe-murdering cannibal about to regain his freedom in Connecticut. Around 10 years ago, this man went berserk, had a psychotic break, attacked a man with an axe, murdered that man with an axe, ate part of that man's brain, and even ate an eyeball. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Well, guess what? He's about to be released back onto the streets of Connecticut because his doctor thinks he might be able to make it on the streets. What do you guys think?
Tyree Smith was found not guilty by reason of insanity more than a decade ago, but now some are questioning a decision to eventually release him. Your reporter, Bright Reed, is live in Middletown at the hospital where Smith gets his treatment.
Well, Stephanie, the answer is yes. Tyree Smith has been granted a conditional release by a psychiatric review board.
Now, the first thing I notice about this story is he's accused cannibal granted conditional release. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you're found not guilty by reason of insanity, aren't you beyond being an accused cannibal? Aren't you, I guess I don't want to say a convicted cannibal, but I mean, there was an adjudication of guilt of the incident actually happening, right? I mean, don't you lose the alleged or accused precursor to your title as cannibal at that point?
Today. Now, he's already been living in a halfway house for several months, but doctors now believe that he's done enough to deserve more freedom, despite being accused of murdering a man and bludgeoning that man with an axe several years ago. Although, as you can imagine, Stephanie, not everybody is on board.
I am not one for the philosophy of lock them up and throw away the key.
Why aren't you? Why aren't you for the philosophy of locking them up and throwing away the key? What's wrong with locking them up and throwing away the key?
But we are talking about a very serious crime.
A very serious crime, you say? No shit. He hacked a man to death with an axe, then ate part of his brain and ate his eyeball. What are we talking about here?
But after a hearing today with the Connecticut Psychiatric Review Board, Tyree Smith has been granted a conditional release. Smith was found not guilty by reason of insanity back in 2013. He was accused of killing Angel Gonzalez with an axe in Bridgeport, then eating parts of his body. Some, like Senator Paul Ciccarella, believe Smith's place in the community should continue to be under close watch in a hospital.
Murder and cannibalism and release in the same sentence, that's a problem. That's concerning to me.
But not apparently very concerning to this guy's doctor.
But Smith's doctors say he's rehabilitated, constantly taking medications to help with psychosis and voices in his head, reiterating that Smith has been a model citizen and he's lived in a halfway house for 9 months under temporary leave status and has only accidentally missed one check-in while being GPS monitored, joining rehab groups, and being subjected to random drug tests.
He has maintained clinical stability, adhered to prescribed medications, and continued to engage meaningfully in groups and substance use treatment. He also denied visual hallucinations or a desire to harm others or himself.
Doctors say Smith has been a joy and a support to other patients.
He certainly looks like he's a joy and a help to other patients, doesn't he?
But despite that, Talitha Frazier, Gonzalez's sister-in-law and spokesperson for the family, says they constantly live in fear.
His grandchildren are scared. His daughter is so scared she couldn't even make it this morning. Her sugar dropped to 52.
And their fears are warranted, with doctors acknowledging should he forget to take his medication, Smith could become a danger to society.
Again, no shit. And you know the thing with these schizophrenics or schizoid type personalities or people suffering from psychosis is the fact that often they don't want to take their medication because it makes them feel like a zombie. So there's a good likelihood that he will at some point stop taking his medication. And then what does this murderous cannibal do out in society with no supervision, huh?
It's safe to say that if he doesn't take his medication, that his auditory hallucinations that tell him to kill people, kill police officers may come back. Yes.
Now, you might not have heard that because the audio is bad, But the lady asked his doctor, now if he stops taking his medication, will the auditory hallucinations return? The doctor said yes.
Now, with his conditional release, Smith will continue to slowly reintegrate into society. He will still, though, have a GPS monitor. However, he will no longer be completely tied to Whiting Forensic Hospital for complete and total outpatient care.
So who the hell is going to force this guy to take his medication so that he doesn't revert back to being a cannibal, butchering someone with an axe, eating part of their brain and an eyeball again? Huh? Would you feel safe with this guy living next to you, unsupervised? Now, I understand that there are some cases in the legal system where people are found not guilty by reason of insanity. And I also understand that you can't keep insane people in prison for the rest of their lives. Well, actually, you can, and you probably should, as opposed to releasing them back into society. I understand that we have insane asylums for a reason. Now, why on earth can we not keep this man in an insane asylum where he can be supervised properly to take his medication for the rest of his life? Huh? So what do you guys think about the fact that they're about to release this murdering cannibal back onto the streets of Connecticut? Do you think this is a good idea? Would you want to live next to this guy? He has to move somewhere. And do you think this doctor should be held liable in case he goes berserk, murders someone once again, and eats part of their brain and maybe 2 eyeballs? This reminds me of another infamous case of cannibalism, except in this instance, the man's face was eaten while he was still alive.
A homeless man whose face was chewed off in a horrifying attack in Miami last year has learnt to play guitar as he continues to receive treatment for his injuries. Ronald Popo has spoken publicly for the first time.
Yeah, just generally thanks for contributing and helping out. People in my predicament need to be helped out, and I'm sure there's other people also that have the same type of predicament. I thank the outpouring of people in the community. I will always be grateful for that.
Mr. Popo lost his left eye, nose and surrounding skin when a naked man attacked him for no reason. The culprit, 31-year-old Rudy Eugene, was shot dead by a Miami police officer at the scene. Following the attack, Mr. Popo spent almost a month in hospital before being transferred to a long-term care centre.
What is up with guys like this eating people's faces, their brains, and their eyeballs? Very bizarre. Well, to be fair, not all cannibals look like them guys. I mean, we got cannibals of every stripe and color, to be honest. So if you enjoy cannibal murderer content like this, make sure you follow me.